dear students, welcome to KU TV as we learn business studies. My name is teacher Kelvin Fudi Wanyabura from Thika Girls High School. So we are going to learn business studies, and in Form 1 we learned the components of business studies, and we said one of the components of the disciplines in business studies is accounting. And accounting is the study of the systematic way of recording business activities for decision making. Accounting is the study of the systematic way of recording business activities for decision making. Therefore, why do we need accounting in our business activities? We need accounting so that we can be able to keep records of the transactions that takes place day by day, month by month, or year by year, so that we can make proper decision on the running of our businesses. And one of the accounting concepts that we learn in high school is the cash book, and that is our topic today, the cash book. It is a Form 3 topic, the cash book. The cash book, my dear students, there are three types of cash book. There are three main types of cash book. Okay, we have the petty cash book, but the main types of cash book are three. That is one, the single column cash book, single column cash book. We have the two column cash book, the two column cash book, and we have the three column cash book, the three column cash book, three column cash book. We call this a single column cash book because it has only one column of the amount. It has only one column of the amount. So when preparing a single column cash book, we either prepare a cash account with only the amount of the cash, or a bank account with only the amount of the bank. The two column cash book, it's called two column because it has two columns of amounts. Two columns of amount means we take the cash account and the bank account, combine them together and come up with one account we call a two column cash book. Then we have the three column cash book, which has three columns of amounts. One column of amount is the discount, the other column of amount is the cash, and the other column of amount is the bank. Now, what information or what transactions are recorded in the cash book? We only record in the cash book, we only record cash and bank transactions. Cash and bank transactions. In cash book, we only record cash and bank transaction. So if a transaction does not involve cash, for example, Kimani bought goods on credit from Jumbo Traders. Kimani bought goods on credit. Credit is buying the goods and then saying that they will pay them at a later date. So you have not paid the goods by check or by cash. Check means bank. When you have a transaction involving check, that means it is payment by bank. Payment by check is payment by bank. So Kimani bought goods on credit from Jumbo Traders will not be recorded in the cash book. Why? It does not involve cash and bank transactions. So we only record cash and bank transactions in the cash book. So we are going to do the three column cash book, because if you do the three column cash book, we'll have done the two column cash book. It's only that in the three column cash book, we include the discount. The discount allowed on the debit side and the discount received on the credit side. Therefore, My dear student, let us have the format of a 3-column cash book. Let us have the format of a 3-column cash book. The format of a 3-column cash book, we have to divide it into 2. We have double lines there where we have the DR side and we have the CR side. Then on the DR side, we call it the debit side. On the debit side, we'll have the date, we'll have the details, we'll have the folio, we'll have the discount allowed, we'll have the cash, and then we'll have the bank. The same is there on the credit side. We have the date, we have the details, we have the folio, but now here we have discount received. Then we have the cash, and then we have the bank column. We have the cash, and then we have the bank column. This is the format of a 3-column cash book. This is the format of a 3-column cash book. On the debit side, we record transactions increasing the amount of money in bank or cash. So debit side, we record any transaction that will lead to an increase in cash or an increase in bank amount. On the credit side, we record the transactions that will involve a decrease in the amount in cash and the amount in bank. Therefore, this is the first thing that you need to know. We must have the heading 3-column cash book. 3-column cash book. 3-column cash book. NB. Something to note on the 3-column cash book. Something to note on the 3-column cash book. Some students experience a problem in knowing which discount has already been deducted and which discount do we need to deduct. Discounts that needs to be deducted. Discounts that needs to be deducted. Discounts that needs to be deducted. That needs to be deducted. To be deducted. When do you deduct? And when is it already deducted? When there is a statement paid, one statement, settled his account of, settled his or her account of, settled his or her account of, or settled his or her debt of, that is not deducted. You need to deduct the discount. Another statement is when told paid his account of, paid his account of, that one is not deducted. You need to deduct. Then another one is when you're receiving. You are told maybe a debtor settled his debt off. His debt off. His debt off. A debtor is someone who owes you money. That is the circumstance when you need to deduct the discount. The amount given in this case is not deducted. The discount is not deducted. Then NB, when is the discount already deducted? Discount already deducted. Discount already deducted. Discount is already deducted when the statement is paid the following amount. Paid the following amount. Paid the following amount. paid the following amount. That discount is not is already deducted. You record whatever amount you are told was paid. Then if it's received the following amount. Received the following amount. Received the following amount. That means that is the amount that is received. The amount on the transaction stated there is the amount he or she received. So that is the amount that is received after the discount was already deducted. Or paid the following amount. That is the amount that he paid after the discount was already deducted. But when told settled is debt off or settled is account off, then you should know that the discount is not deducted and you need to deduct that discount. Therefore, I'm going to erase that so that I can write an example. Let me write an example here. We write an example. Jumbo traders, hand 250,000 shillings in a bank and 200,000 shillings at hand, cash at hand on 1st July 2021. The following transactions we are writing the question took place during the month. Took place during the month. The following transactions took place during the month. 2nd July. Bought goods by cash. Bought goods by cash worth shillings 20,000. Bought goods by cash worth shillings 20,000. That July paid salaries by cash shillings 8,000. 4th July received shillings 15,000 cash from Otieno after deducting 5% discount. 5% discount. July 5th sold goods worth 5,000 by check. Sold goods worth 5,000 and received sold goods worth 5,000 and received payment by check. Then July 6th, I'm gonna erase this. So July 6 paid Kamau shillings 5,000 by check, having deducted 8% discount. Having deducted 8% discount, July 7 settled his account of shillings 20,000 by check. Settled his account of shillings 20,000 by check after deducting 10% discount. After deducting 10% discount, July 8, we write July 8 here. July 8, Kimani Adera settled his debt of shillings 7,000 by check after deducting 7% cash discount. After deducting 7% discount. Finally, July 9, banked all cash except shillings 15,000. Required prepare a 3-column cash book. Prepare a 3-column cash book. Prepare a 3-column cash book. So we'll start with our first question. Our first statement: Jumbo traders hand 250,000 in bank and 200,000 cash at hand on 1st July 2021. So this is what we call balance brought down. The amount of money that jumbo traders had by 1st July is called balance brought down, and balance brought down is debited because that is the amount of money that he had. So we'll come here and write July 1. Details will be balance brought down. Amount in cash is 200,000. Amount in cash is 200,000. Amount in bank is 250,000. That is the amount of money that jumbo traders had on 1st July 2021. My dear students, sometime you'll be told jumbo traders had a bank overdraft of 250,000. An overdraft is a debt. An overdraft is a bank debt. So if the statement was jumbo traders had a bank overdraft of 250,000, we would have recorded the amount of bank on the credit side. Why? That is a debt that jumbo traders owes the bank. But now we are told jumbo traders had 250,000 shillings in bank and 200,000 shillings cash at hand. That is balance brought down. The following transactions took place during the month. 2nd July, bought goods by cash worth 20,000. He bought goods by cash. So he took his cash, went to the market and bought goods. That will reduce the amount of cash he had. A reduction in any account is credited. So we'll come and say July 2, details will be purchases. He bought goods. Purchases by cash. How much? 20,000 on the cash column. July 3, paid salaries by cash 8,000. Jumbo traders paid salaries worth 8,000. Salaries were paid. So he took the cash from the business account and paid the salaries. It's a reduction in cash. So we'll also credit July 3. The details will be, what did he do with the cash? He paid salaries. Salaries amount 8,000. July 4, received 15,000 cash from Otieno after deducting 5% discount. My dear student, this is where you need to be very keen. Let me erase this first statement because we have already done with it. We want now to do the workings for July 4. What happened in July 4? July 4 received 15,000 cash from Otieno after deducting 5% discount. So received 15,000. This amount, the discount is already deducted. So we'll say 15,000 is equivalent to 95% because he received 15,000 cash from Otieno after deducting 5% discount. So the amount he received was 95%. What about 5%? What was the discount? Cross multiply. What we are calculating is the discount. 15,000 times 5 over 95. It will give us 15,000 times 5 divided by 95, 789.47. This is the discount. I want to repeat that statement because this is what confuses students. Received 15,000. Received what? 15,000. So what are you going to record on the receipt side? 15,000. Cash from Otieno. Which column? Cash. From who? Otieno. After deducting 5% discount. Therefore, this 15,000 is already deducted. The discount is already deducted. Therefore, the 15,000 is 95%. What about 5%, which was the discount? Is 789.49. So, received. If you receive, it has increased the cash. Received cash from Otieno. So, the cash of jumbo traders increased. An increase is debited. So, you'll write the date, July 4. Received from who? Details will be Otieno. What is the discount allowed? The one we have calculated here, 789.49. How much did he receive? 15,000 by cash. Next statement, July 5. Sold goods worth 5,000 and received payment by check. Sold goods worth 5,000 and received payment by check. It is an increase in bank. He sold goods. When you sell, you receive money. He sold goods and he was given a check of 5,000 shillings. So it is an increase in bank. Any transaction involving check, it involves bank. So we'll come and write July 5, sold is sales, goods worth 5,000 by check. So 5,000 5,000 by check. July 6, paid Kamau 5,000 shillings by check, having deducted 8% discount. Paid Kamau. What did he pay Kamau? 5,000. He paid Kamau 5,000. Let us do the calculation of July 6 here. July 6. Paid who? Kamau. How much? 5,000. By what? Check. Having deducted 8% discount. So the 5,000 that Jumbo Traders paid Kamau was 92%. Why? Because the 8% discount has already been deducted. So we ask ourselves, what was the 8%? Cross multiply and get the discount. 5,000 times 8 over 92. So the discount there will be, I know you have your calculators at home. Let me assist you. 5,000, I know you are doing it. 5,000 times 8 divided by 92. 434.78. 434.78. This is the discount. Now we come to recording. Paid Kamau. When you pay, you take your money and pay. So it is a decrease in the money you have. Money you have where? By check. The decrease in the money that you have in bank. So we'll come to the credit side where we record the decreases and say July 6 paid who? Kamau. What was the discount they received? 434.78. He paid by cash or check? Cash, therefore, by check, sorry, therefore record in the bank 5,000 shillings. I believe that, my dear students, you are understanding, because we are now going to July 7. July 7, we can do the calculation of July 7 here. July 7, that is Samba, July 7. What happened during that day? What happened is that he settled his account off. He settled 7th July 2021. What did he do? Settled his account off 20,000 by check after deducting 10% discount. My dear student, now get this. Settled his account off. Settled his debt off. It doesn't mean that he paid 20,000. We are not told that he paid 20,000. We are told he settled his debt of 20,000. So he didn't pay 20,000. So 20,000 was the debt that he was having, which means 20,000 is 100%. That is what he was supposed to pay. Settled his debt of 20,000, which is equivalent to 100%. No discount has already been deducted. Discount has not been deducted. So 20,000 is equivalent to 100%. After deducting 10% discount, and here after deducting 10% discount, So we ask ourselves, if 20,000 was 100% and the full debt, what about 10%? What was the discount? Cross what? Cross multiply. 20,000 times 10 over 100. This will give us, by 100, it will give us 2,000 shillings. So the discount for July 7, is 2,000. But we are not going to record 20,000. Why? He did not pay 20,000. His debt was 20,000. And was given a discount of 10%, which we have calculated and seen it's 2,000. So what are we going to record? The amount to record. You will take the full debt, 20,000, minus the discount, 2,000. So you will record Kenya shillings 18,000. So settled his account of. It's him who is paying the debt. So it is a decrease. It's him who is paying the debt on July 7. We now come to record July 7. Settled his account of. So it's creditors. A debt is a creditor. We are not told the name of the creditor. But if it was mentioned, settled maybe Kimani's account of. Then let me use a name so that we don't generalize and say creditors. So July 7, let it be settled Kimani's account of. Settled Kimani's account of. He settled Kimani's debt of. So the details will be Kimani. Then discount received is 2,000. Discount is 2,000. Then the amount you record is 18,000 by check. So it's 18,000 on the bank column. I believe that you are understanding because we are now in July 8. What happened in July 8? In July 8, Kimani, we have used Kimani again. Let me change July 7 and use someone else. Kelvin. Settled Kelvin's account of. Let me use Kelvin. You are told to have your neighbors, you have yourself. So first have yourself. So July 7, settled Kelvin's account of 20,000. So that now July 8 will be Kimani. Kimani Adera. Who is Adera? Adera is someone who owes you money. If I owe you money, I'm your debtor. If you owe me money, you are my debtor. So Kimani Adera settled his debt of 7,000 by check after deducting 7% discount. Let us calculate for the debtor. Now, my dear students, if he is a debtor and he has paid us, what will happen to our money? Is it going to increase or decrease? It's going to increase. I believe that you are answering back at home. So it's going to increase. Why is it going to increase? It's a debtor who has paid us. Therefore, Kimani Adera settled his account of 7,000 by check. So this 7,000, this is July 8, 7,000 has not been deducted. The discount has not been deducted. The 7,000 is 100%. What about 7%, which was the discount? Remember at the beginning, I taught you how to know the discount that has already been deducted and the one that has not been deducted. So this is not deducted because you are told Kimani Adera settled his debt off. He settled his debt off. Let me even explain with another language. Alilipa deni yake ya 7,000. Hakulipa 7,000. He did not pay 7,000. So the 7,000 is 100%. That was his debt. What about 7%, which is the discount? Cross multiply 7,000 times 7 over 100. This will give us 7 times 7 is 49. 490. 490. This is the discount. So how much money did he pay? The amount you are supposed to record. How much are you supposed to record? The total debt, 7,000 minus 490, which is 7,000 minus 490, 6,510. That is what you're supposed to record. So he is a debtor who is paying us, so it's an increase. July 8, who is paying us? It's Kimani paying us. And he's paying what? What was the discount that we allowed him? 490. Amount he paid by cash or check? He paid by check. So bank will increase by 6,510. The last statement, and also an important statement that confuses some students, is banked all except. Banked all except. Banked all the cash except 15,000. How do we calculate there? Or what do we do there? I'm going to do that calculation here right now. Let me do it here. July 7. So July, that is July 9. July 9, we are told, banked all cash except 15,000. This is how you do that transaction. This is how you do that transaction. Banked all except. You can even write it as NB. Banked all except. Banked all except. Or sometimes you'll be told deposited all cash except. You'll take the total of debit side, total of debit cash, total of debit cash, you earned all the cash on the debit side, minus total of the credit cash, minus total of the credit cash, minus total of the credit cash, minus the amount you are told accept, minus the accept amount. Then from there you'll get a certain amount. You will get a certain amount there. How do you treat the amount that you get? This is how you treat the amount that you get. After doing that, debit that amount to the bank. Debit that amount to the bank and credit that amount to the cash. Debit that amount to the bank and credit that amount to the cash. Then the amount umeambiwa of accept, the amount told about accept, you record it as balance carried down for cash. You record this as balance carried down for cash. Let us apply it. Let us apply it practically. Debit of cash, total debit of cash. Take your calculator. This is my calculator. And all the cash on the debit side. And all the cash on the debit side. We have 200,000. 200,000. We have 15,000. 15,000. 15,000. You'll get 215,000. So the total of cash on debit side is 215,000 minus the total of cash on the credit side. Here it is. The total of cash on the credit side, here it is 20,000, 20,000 plus 8,000. That is 28,000. So minus 28,000 minus, you are told banked all cash except 15,000. So minus the except amount, 15,000. What do we get, my dear student? 215,000. Yes, 215,000 minus 28,000 minus 15,000. You get 172,000. 172,000. This amount that you get of 172,000, you should record it on the debit side of bank and record the same amount on the credit side of cash. So you'll come to the debit side, the DR side, where we have the date we write July 9. The details will be cash. Why? It is cash that has been deposited to bank. So the details is cash. Folio is C. C means contra entry. We write C when a transaction affects both cash and bank at the same time. Then the amount on the debit side of the bank, 172,000. The same amount on July 9. July 9. The details will be bank. Why? It is bank where we took the cash, and therefore we credit 172,000. Then the accept amount, the 15,000, we said we also treat it as balance carried down for cash. So on the balance carried down for cash, so on the debit side, we have the balances for both bank and cash. We have the balances for both bank and cash transactions. Therefore, we are now going to balance our transactions. we are now going to balance our 3-column cash book as we conclude. Balancing is the last thing that we do. Balancing, you must make sure that your cash book is always balanced. We are concluding, so we are just now going to balance. How do we balance our transactions? Let us balance our cash. Cash is already balanced, but we have already said that the 15,000 will be treated as balance carried down for cash. But I want to teach you how to balance cash. You'll take the total of both sides. Cash on the debit side, total is 215,000. Cash on the credit side, total is, let me see, total is 172,000 plus 28,000 plus 172,000, 200,000, 200,000. So the difference between the side with more amount and the side with less amount is the balance, and that is 5,000. That's why I told you on July 9, when you are balancing the account, you write balance carried down for cash 15,000. Then you get the totals, which will be 215,000. Then the totals for both sides will be 215,000. 215,000. That is the balance for cash. Below the total, on the same July 9, below the total, you'll have balance brought down, which is 15,000. We now balance the bank. Take the total of bank of both sides. Very fast, the total on both sides, 250,000 plus 5,000 plus 6510 plus 172,000. So on the debit side of bank, we have 433,510. On the credit side of bank, we have 5,000 there plus 18,000, which is 23,000. So you take the more amount minus the less amount, 433,510 minus 23,000, you'll get 410,510. This is the balance carried down of bank. So go to the side with the less amount. The side with the less amount of bank, you write the difference, 410,510. Then the totals will be the same, which is 433,510. Then below the totals, on the side with more amount, which is the debit side, you write balance brought down for bank, which is 410,510. All right, my dear student, that is how you prepare a 3-column cash book. I'm happy that we were together in the lesson, and I believe that you have understood every concept of 3-column cash book that you have learned. Thank you for the lesson, my dear student. My name is Teacher Kelvin Fudi Wanyabura from Thika Girls High School. God bless you.